We are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, Charles?
What's going on, man?
Man, look, it's Good Friday. There's a lot of good things happening. In spite of all the challenges that people might be facing, there's a lot of good things happening too. So, a lot to be thankful for.
Indeed. It is Good Friday, and that gives us plenty reminders of things that we should be thankful for. Um, Despite
Absolutely.
the pandemic, we are alive and well and doing the show.
Hey, and you know what? I've been playing with my lighting here because that should be better. Yeah, I mean, it's no doubt that in the midst of all this change, but I think what we're going to find is that this is a good thing for a lot of reasons. It draws us back to the things that really matter. And it also gives, if we're honest, some of us were so busy grinding and blowing and going that we just needed to reset and regroup. And so it's given us a chance to tackle some of those projects that just were not getting any time. So, I mean, look at the positive.
Well, that is true. You know, it gives you a chance to reconnect with your loved ones. It gives you a chance to work on projects and flesh out ideas. I think that's so. For instance, you know this, but the people may not know this. One of my favorite things of all times is old vinyl records,
Yeah.
uh, especially jazz. And so this is giving me a chance to do some deep dives and research different things. And like other people playing road trips around records. So that's one thing that I've been working on. It's a small thing, but it's something that I'm passionate about. And I've been, we're on the go all the time working and solving problems. This gave me a chance to actually dig into that.
Well, yeah, I mean, no doubt, and and think of as you've been digging up kind of old records, and I know you still got your eyes on that vinyl record collection. I got is just sitting there getting dust on it.
That's right.
But, I was just my daughter asked me, she's like, "Dad, what are those?" I said, "Well, actually, man, this is a 33 and this is a 45."
Mm-hmm.
So, we were just going through the chronological history of the formats of music. So,
Yeah.
we looked at an 8 track and then a cassette. And she was like, well, wait a minute. She's like, I said, okay, this is what your grandparents grew up on. This right here.
Yeah.
This would have been your great grandparents, and your parents had exposure to both of these things. And then this is what your mom and dad grew up on. And so as we got older, so when we were younger, this was it. If you had a cassette in your car, if your family migrated from the 8 track to the cassette, you you were in the upper echelon of all things great.
You remember? I think we went to 5th grade. We went to that old slave plantation, and they let us bring boom boxes, and we all had our boom boxes with the cassettes, and we had the Fat Boys.
I do remember that.
Yeah, it's good times. Good times.
As I think about it, and one of the things I want to tell all of our family. I mean, we're still working. We're still open for business. One of the things that Charles and I have really been focused on, and I know it's pretty much been taking all of my time, and my number one focus has been to make sure that our staff and the people that do such a great job of taking care of us, taking care of you, that they're being taken care of during this time, and
Right.
we can take one less stroke of anxiety away from them, then that's what we're going to do. And so, what that means, I just want to talk to everybody that's in a leadership capacity and what leadership looks like for a second. So, leadership is best defined. I forget the author of this quote, so forgive me, but the quote goes something like this: "Leadership is defined in a moment of no clarity, when you have to lead to clarity." And so, when people look at you, do they see that? Do they see clarity? Do they see the sacrifice that you're making to make sure that they are okay? Or or do you go into a protective shell where you get consumed with you and making sure you're okay? And so, that's a big one for some people because, the natural instinct is to look internally and think about me, myself, and I, and all that's close to me. But I know for you and I, as we sat down, it was like, look, tighten your belt. We're gonna have to go without, but we got to make sure everybody else is taken care of. And so it's a pleasure, and I'm grateful that I work side by side every day with somebody that shares that same belief, that we just have this unwavering commitment to do what we can for the people that put it on the line for us every day. So I thank you for stepping up and taking that charge along with me, and not giving me one moment of rebuttal on that, one moment of pushback. So I appreciate that, brother.
Oh, no doubt, man. What I hear you saying is reminding me of one of my favorite people of all time. One of the people that I would like to, you know how they say you could sit down to dinner with only three people? One of the people that I would like to sit down with is Harriet Tubman.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Man, I can see why you would want to sit down with Harriet. You know, I know a lot of us have had a chance to watch the movie. And if you read the book, the movie did a good job of capturing this point. But it was the point in the movie where she gets to freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And although she gets to freedom, she's not content. She's not happy because her people are still in bondage.
That's my point.
And so she said, I remember, I forgot the gentleman that played that character. It's the same guy from Hamilton that played in Hamilton. When he said, you're free. It's too risky for you to go back.
That's right.
And you remember what her response to that was?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's like, you've been free too long.
Free too long. I got to go back and free others. I got to go back, not just her family.
Right.
Anybody who wanted to go.
Anybody who wanted to go.
And as she famously said in the loose translation, I would have saved more. You know,
and that's in this time that we're in, because this is uncharted territory. There is nowhere in history you can look and say, hey, we've been here before. Even if you look at the pandemic of 1909, that went from like 1909 to 1912, it wasn't like this. It wasn't worldwide. And so there is no precursor to what we're doing right now. So that means true leaders have to lead now, because you got to lead in a moment where there is no clarity.
That's right. I mean, I think about it like this. A lot of people are contracting. This is the time to be expansive. You're not going to be expansive to the point of negligence and wasting resources, but be expansive of thought. Be expansive of goodwill. Be expansive to those in need. Because believe it or not, as bad as it is for some, it's always worse for others. And so I think that those are the guiding principles that we put in play when you talk about taking care of our people, because we want them to be able to take care of someone.
Right.
We want it to roll down. I mean, it's one thing to, hear everything that's on the news. And I would point out one thing. From a mental health perspective, it is not healthy to sit and watch the news all day.
Yes, say that one more time. I think
it is not healthy to sit and watch the news all day, because the more you hear the numbers, the more you hear about the tragedies, the more insulated you become in negativity. Mm-hmm. Go outside, even if you don't walk or run, just go outside and get some fresh air.
You know what's the ironic thing about it, in times like this, even though people can watch the news, right, all day, and the news will also show success stories, people that have survived COVID-19. But yet you can go have a conversation with someone and they focus on the tragedy and don't talk about.
That's because you remember negative things. It's human nature to remember negative things. And too much of anything is a bad thing. So with everybody sheltering in place under these various orders, there is an access to the news that is unquenchable. You could flip news channels incessantly. You know me, I'm a heavy news watcher because of what we do, and I use that in work. But one of the things that I switched up is I started reading what I needed to read on the report so that I'm informed. But I switched my watching behavior. I started watching documentaries, things that I was interested in. I watched more documentaries on, just so I could have a change of pace. And it's something, you can share with the kids. I've been beating up on my boys in phase 10, trying to teach them how to play cards. Homeschooling, cooking, virtually digging for records online. You name it. There's a whole number of things that you can do. Exercise.
Speaking of that, remember when we were one of the things that I've done in this time, I actually found an old cassette tape that you and I had in high school. Remember we used to make those tapes?
Yeah.
And I found one of our old tapes in high school. And the funny thing about when I found it, I can remember exactly where we were, what we did with that tape.
Oh yeah, we used to bro. We used to even though we used to make up some mixes, baby.
We did. I remembered it's the little things. Like I sat out with my daughter, and although I've been around dominoes, I watched you guys play it in college. I never played dominoes, right? So I've been learning how to play dominoes, which is crazy that I don't know. Now I knew every other game. I knew spades.
Yeah, you don't play spades that well. Just let the people know.
Wait a minute. It's not that I don't play spades well.
Just let the people know. I mean, look.
Oh no,
nothing against you.
I play the game with a high level of integrity.
You know the swag rules, but you don't play well.
Well, I play the game with the highest level of integrity. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's how we'll leave that one. But I mean, just like an alpha, right? Of course, I play with the highest level of integrity. So.
Yeah, I noticed that. By the way,
you did notice that. You did.
Okay. That's a fresh shirt.
That's right.
A fresh shirt.
Yeah. First of all, we vote, baby. First of all, we vote.
Yeah, that's a fresh shirt. I mean, voting is necessary. And I see, you got your alpha colors on and everything. That's cool. But you see this? You see this?
I do.
Okay. All right, then. Yeah. I'm ready for you today.
Yeah, okay. But but the ironic thing in that, watching my daughter just light up playing dominoes, a new game to her, I picked up the jump rope, which I love to do, and just had kind of gotten away from it because I started cleaning out stuff and found it. And so we've been out there jump roping 3 to 4 times a week. And so I'm up to, I can rip out 200 jump ropes just like that now. And so just having that time.
Here's an interesting question, because you were really good at this in elementary school. Do you have a hula hoop?
My daughter has a hula hoop. I am terrible at it now.
You probably wouldn't believe that you were a great hula hooper.
Man, I am so bad at it now. In fact, she's good. She's really good, but I am horrible. Marsha's good, but dude, I just dragged down the family name with the hula hoop.
Yeah, that's all right. You got time to practice now. You can get your skills back.
Look, I noticed we have Elise in the house. What's up, Elise? How are you, Monique, Alicia? So what's up, folks? Good to have you joining us. Hey, shoot us any questions you have, or any thoughts you have. What have you been doing during this time? What have you rediscovered? We'd love to talk about that. So definitely join in on the conversation. We just want to have just a real practical conversation today that just kind of get us to reflect and be thankful. We call this a day of thanks, and really it's so many things to be thankful for. I mean, here in Texas, it's been raining so much, and then the last couple of days, it's been beautiful sunshine and beautiful weather. So just thankful of so much. And then I realized, look, here's the scenario. Yes, I'm in my home. I'm safe. I have food. I have shelter. Look, you've been here, so I can't really complain, right?
No complaint.
I literally am blessed. And so what I focused on is, what are some of the things we can do? So I'm going to give you some practical things I've done that we've done as a family to just kind of help see somebody other than ourselves. So we took a walk So a couple days a week, we walk through the neighborhood because we have some other friends that are in the neighborhood, and we stand across the street and we keep our social distance just so we can talk and interact with somebody other than each other. And that's been good. And we're getting exercise in the process of doing it. So you guys should do that. That's a good one. Of course, Charles mentioned a hula hoop. I'm absolutely terrible at that, but I've been trying. Jump rope. Bringing back the old school games, the hopscotch and marbles and hide and go seek and all of those things. Freeze, stop, red light, green light. Like all of that. Just bringing those things back. And my daughter's just been having a blast because, of course, she's like, these new games. I'm like, no, these games we played when we were growing up.
No, marbles. Now I hadn't played marbles or jacks, and oh my gosh,
I know, right?
Yeah.
So it's been fun. So I love to hear from knowledge. What's up, Ebony? Thanks for joining. I love to hear what you guys are doing. So we can kind of share this with folks. So tell us, hit us up in the chat. Tell us what you guys are doing, what you've rediscovered, what's been some funny moments with you and your family during this time.
Yeah, I mean,
what's up, Melanie? Melanie said, "What's up, homeboys? Good to
hey, you. What's going on? Do you remember this?" And I think this is probably what I'm going to do this weekend, because I played trombone for many years. Took me some very interesting places. I'm probably gonna teach the boys how to clean the trombone this weekend.
Now this is gonna shock you. How about I found my trumpet? Right?
Ooh,
Melanie, you know this because we were in a band together. So
how long has it been since you played trumpet? You stopped playing trumpet in the what, 5th or 6th grade?
No, I kept playing it all the way through, but then I switched to baritone.
Yeah.
But I switched to baritone maybe in the 7th or 8th grade.
Okay.
But you still can play. You still play the horn. But the thing is, when I need to clean it, right? Because of course, the slides are stuck, so I need to clean it. But I can still play, a couple notes because the valves are sticky. So I just literally took the note of C and G and just played it. I played the B flat scale, and my dad was like, "Wow, you really know how to play that horn?" I said, "Well, I was in the band," so it was just interesting as we you just kind of rediscover some of those things that's been funny. So let me put a couple things. So we got some audience participation here. So let's say Willie Mae said, let me put up what she says. She says, "Hey, I'm so grateful for family time. And my time now, I walk, run 5 to 6 days a week at Friendship Park."
Hey, Willie, man, 5 to 6 times a day, you getting ready.
You getting ready she getting ready for something major. She getting ready. She get ready to do something major. Look, I'm 3 to 4 days. I ain't gotten to that 5 to 6 yet, but hey, I'm working on it. Let's see what else. We got Alicia says, "I've been running, walking with the kiddos, frisbee." Oh, that's a good one. Watching my youngest run wild, video games, board games, and taking drives, not getting out the car. I feel
but Louisville still winning 10Ks and stuff. So you can't don't listen to that. Like she just doing some reconstruction. She training for first place overall.
Oh, so she just trying to put snow over her eyes.
Yeah. You gotta watch. You gotta know your audience now.
Oh, okay. So she out there doing some heavy duty training.
Yeah, she was a serious athlete.
So Willie Mae said exercise is essential. So I was like, yeah, look, it is. I mean, Ebony, what are you doing up there in Atlanta? Don't be quiet on me now. What are you doing to keep the pass the time by? And Alicia, since I know the real deal, and I know you out there really training for something, so you running that is not really impressing me. Give me some other stuff. But I like the frisbee. I'm gonna go find me a frisbee now because I hadn't done that in years.
Yeah, that's a good idea right there, frisbee.
Yeah. So Alicia said, "No, not me. I'm trying to make it like the next person."
Yeah. Okay.
Right. We got Monique here. Monique Gore says, let me put that up. She says, "We've been working in the house during the day, but also cleaning deeply, independent homeschooling, along with reading, movies, as well as lots of family time." Okay.
So while you putting your list together, Liz, let's consider this.
Okay.
Movies. Because everybody's got a lot of time to watch movies. What's the best movie you've watched so far on Netflix?
Ooh, man. Well, so I watched the documentary of the the Charleston Nine Emmanuel Church.
Yeah.
That was good. It was good. Now you got to get your mind ready, but it was good because it really just hit me with forgiveness on a whole nother level, and then just the overwhelming sense of how much we have to be thankful for and grateful for when you look at the magnitude of what they experience, and to have grace in the midst of that was amazing. I've been watching, thanks to you, I've been watching a lot of TV shows and catching up on seasons. So look, I watched the All American. I watched the whole season of that.
Serious, man.
I watched all of Goliath, all 3 seasons of that.
Goliath is serious too.
And
Amazon Prime. That's an Amazon original.
Now I'm watching Ozark.
Yeah, Ozark is serious.
The family show I'm watching with my daughter. So we got the family shows, and then we got the show I watched with my daughter. So of course I watched Self Made. That was a really good movie. Madam C.J. Walker. I'd already read the book, but watching the movie was good with my daughter. And we just
the book and the movie don't match though, Leslie.
They don't. That
was some Fantasy Island type stuff they did with that movie now.
They don't match. And so I suggest anybody, if you watch the movie, go back and read the book. You get a detailed story. But if you're watching it with your kids, episode 3, you need to screen. You need to screen episode 3.
You probably want to screen that out now.
Yeah. Make sure you do that. I'm watching the Ozark, thanks to you.
Yeah, don't let the kiddos watch the Ozarks now.
No. That's late night movie watching right there.
Yeah. Ozarks is different.
And I agree with you, Alicia. I've also watched the whole series of Black Lightning. So
now y'all lose me when you go with Black Lightning now. I know why you're watching it, but I'm not sure why she's watching it. So I'm gonna give you my list. The Birth of Cool, Miles Davis story.
Oh, okay.
Excellent documentary. What Happened, Miss Simone, Nina Simone's story, both on Netflix.
Okay.
Uncorked.
I've seen it. Is that good?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Young black director. Filmed in Memphis, filmed in one of my favorite barbecue joints because they give a shout out to Barbecue Spaghetti. I'm not gonna give away the name. For those who know, they know. You go get you a bowl of barbecue spaghetti up there in Memphis. Then one of my personal favorites, Netflix has a whole series that's 2 seasons long on Formula One racing. Now I know that's probably way off for some people.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you watch that one by yourself, bro.
But if you just look at how much money they put into Formula One racing,
oh yeah,
it's staggering.
Well, I can only imagine. Look, your niece Maya has some movie recommendations for us. I'm gonna put them up on the screen here. She says, "Enemy, Crash, Cloverfield, The Talented Mr. Ripley."
Yeah, we related because I watched the Talented Mr. Ripley night before.
I haven't watched that yet, so
I've seen it. I've seen that was the 3rd or 4th time I've seen it.
Well, let me tell you a really good show. My daughter turned me on to it. We've been watching. It's called The Big Show, and it's about this retired wrestler, and he's selling in the family life now. And he has 3 girls.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good one. That's a good family one. It's safe. So that it is funny. So that's a good show. So you can put it. That's on Netflix as well.
Okay, here's another one. Because I've been saying this for a while. Because everything has been kind of negative around the pandemic and COVID-19. I've been just going around picking winners and losers.
Okay.
So here are my top 3 winners for the pandemic. D Nice is 1.
Yeah, definitely.
the comedian, I believe his name is Kerwin Claiborne or something like that on Instagram. He does these voiceovers of short stories.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you probably should have seen it because I got it from several people. I think Elise sent it to me and Marsha sent it to me with the guys that were spanking people with those sticks.
Yes.
And then the light company, the electric company is winning because we're at home all day.
Right.
And they are cashing in big time. And then if I had to say an honorable mention, Zoom is winning because people are finding new and creative ways to connect.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I am fortunate to have done some work with this company in the past and in time. But there's another. So Zoom is the biggest, obviously, but there's another really good conferencing tool called Blue Jeans. So check that one out too. If you're streaming audio and music, it's better to do that because it allows you to upload it into the cloud, and it has Dolby Audio as the audio. So the sound you're getting is Dolby Audio sound. So look into that one as well. And the interface of it to me is much simpler to use. But don't take my word for it. Get a trial playing with both of them. See which one you like the best and use the one you like the best.
That's true. That's true.
I also want to recall everybody, we're always putting good content out during these times. We have, there was a webinar that I did on Thursday. I'm going to put the link and you can register and get the replay of that. It was on how to protect your credit during COVID-19, some things that you can do, simply you can do. And so I'm going to put that right now, right in here, and you can go access that. Very good information that can help you right away. And it's things you can do, conversations you need to have with your creditors, some programs that are out there, what you need to do to keep your utilization down. There's tactical. Look, this is actual tactical things you need to do. And I walk you through it in a very simple way. And it's probably things you have not thought about. And so if you're not understanding the algorithm of credit and how your score is credited and how it's going to be affected during this time, because one of the misconceptions is there was a bill that was floating around in Congress that they thought was going to get approved that would have prevented creditors from reporting. It would have prevented the credit bureaus from reporting late payments for a period of time on your credit report. That did not pass. So you need to take these steps that I've outlined in the webinar. So share that with all the people you want to share that with. Absolutely free webinar, but there's some great information with actual steps that you can take to make sure you do what you can to protect yourself during this time and to protect your credit score. Because here's the thing, when interest rates are dropping, you want to be in position to be able to refinance and take advantage of those great interest rates. But what they're not telling you, if your credit takes a hit, you're not going to be qualified to refinance. So these are things you need to know in place. That's out there. So that link is there now. So make sure you share that and so that people can take advantage of that as well.
Well, I mean, it's Good Friday. So I would say at this point, give your loved ones a virtual hug. Go find you a good movie to watch. Follow Willie Mae's advice about exercise. Find you a good book to read. For those of you who like books, I'll give you my top book probably of the year, and I'm 2 years late on it, and that's Heavy by Kisi Lamont.
Yeah,
so that's one recommendation. Find a new author to read. My personal favorite author on the fiction side is Stuart Woods. So he's got a whole series of books that you can read. If you like mystery books, Robert Ludlum.
You know, we have a point. Let me put this. Willie Mae said something. Let me put this on the screen so you can see this, Charles. She says, as a nurse, it's extremely stressful when it comes to doing things with family. I have 2 college sons, 21 and 22. They get frustrated having to stay home more often than normal. What suggestions do we have for them?
Very simple suggestions. take them on a walk with you, Willie Mae. Get them out of the house, let them refresh, recharge, find a Monopoly board game, and put them to the test.
Yeah, and let me tell you this: there's a Motown Monopoly game. We've been playing that, and that's fun because what we do, I mean, we get the Motown music, and really, I just tell Alexa to play the Motown music, but you can make it fun, but get them, kind of reintroduce them to the stuff that we all did growing up, the stuff that they don't really know anything about, and you'll be amazed at how much enjoyment they get out of some of those things. Because we didn't always have video games, and I mean, when we did, I mean, let's face it, the Atari we were playing back then is not like the video games of today, and so
it's much more violent right now.
Right.
One thing I would suggest too is electronic free zones. We've tried that several days, and it works really well because it takes them away from TV, music, YouTube, all that stuff, and makes them do something analog. You know, you got to go and read, you got to go and write, you may have to act, you got to do something different, because too much of that connection is going to be bad on your eyes, it's going to be bad on your psyche, and you just burn out on it. So just put it down for a little while.
You know, and then also, for those of you that are working from home, like Charles and I are right now, and I know I told Charles today I was just going to literally take a mental, I was literally going to take checking out from work. Because we've both been just kind of going, like sleeping very few hours, just incredibly just going during this time. And you get to a point you burn out. So take care of yourself. I mean, have balance. I haven't been a very good example of balance lately, so don't follow my example, but please hear my plea to get rest and to, find some enjoyment and fun things to do that you hadn't done. So what I've kind of been doing psychologically in my head is thinking about the things I used to do back when I was in high school. So obviously when I didn't have the bills and I didn't have the responsibilities, what were some of the things we would do? Because we weren't walking around with cell phones back then. So how do we make fun? How do we connect? And so I've been reintroducing those things to my daughter, to the family, and re-enjoying those things. So do some of that, and I think you'll find that it's really, 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 really good.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, we rode our bikes 6-7 miles just to talk to other people. So, hey.
Yeah, and I see Cheryl is joining us. She said, I'm late, what I missed. Cheryl, we were just talking about just how thankful we are. We was going over things that you could do during this time to just kind of stay healthy, stay mentally, get your mental health right, stay physically healthy. And we were just talking about, good movies to watch, family movies, adult stuff, just overall, just a practical conversation about where we are today. And then also the fact of being thankful for what we do have. So hopefully that wraps you up. And then Alicia, that's a great point. Alicia said, thank you for the work you're doing, Willie Mae Dennis. Absolutely. I mean, first responders, everybody on the front line, medical professionals. Look, you guys are doing it for us all right now. And so you're on the front lines of this war, and we support you. So whatever we can do, let us know. And we mean that wholeheartedly. But that was a kind of a wrap up of where we are. There's one thing, Charles, that I found that you're probably going to be shocked about. So when I was here's another hobby. Go get that photo album that's been collecting dust that you've probably stored in a box somewhere, because nobody uses photo albums anymore because we live in a digital world. Go through old photo albums. You'd be surprised at how much you will laugh and cry going through old photo albums. I mean, yes, look, I went through, Charles, I got a picture of you on the bus when we were coming back from Florida on our senior band trip. And Melanie, appreciate that one, boy, I tell you. And I ain't gonna talk about the one I found of me when Kenyon Brown put makeup all over my face while I was sleeping.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I was in on that.
But I can tell you can get a lot of laughs just going back through those old photo albums.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I blew my whole fab budget on a Swatch watch. That trip, purple Swatch watch.
Oh, I remember that. It was that watch. It was the Guess watches were hot back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that. I mean, so just kind of going back to old times, and then it's ironic, and I'm looking, and my daughter who's 12, she's like, "What is that? Y'all took? Well, how did y'all even get the picture that?" I said, "Oh, it was different back then. We didn't have a digital camera. It wasn't."
No, we had them Kodak throwaways, baby.
That's right. That's right.
Whole different time.
So Cheryl says she's been texting and thanking essential workers. She's also been enjoying jigsaw puzzles. And whoa, she actually says she completed 1,000-piece puzzle. Bless your heart.
Woo, child. Woo, 1,000 pieces.
Listen, if I did 1,000-piece puzzle, I would have to go call Sean Harris, the bartender, and he would have to virtually give me some drink because a 1,000-piece puzzle, I'm gonna have a problem.
That's a good idea. Maybe we get Harris to come on and talk to the family and watchers of the show about some of his unique recipes.
You know, that'll be good because, as a matter of fact, I'll steal a little bit of his stuff, but we're working on something special. Well,
don't tell it now.
I'm not gonna say nothing. All I'm saying is that we're working on something special. You'll have to see it when we get it, but we are working on something special. And so you'll want to tune in Friday, but we will debut it one Friday. But it is you'll like it, but it's something real special, and I think it'll help everybody.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good one right there. Well, no sense in belaboring the point. Good Friday, everyone. We are open for business. Give us a call, 601-340-6800. But as Leslie has stated, and we've gone through, today is just a day to give thanks, a Good Friday for us to connect and talk shop about things that we're thankful for and give a few recommendations about non-legal items that can help you get through this time at home.
Exactly. And again, we continue to pray for everybody's safety, the safety of your family, your friends, and loved ones. Be smart out there. Be safe. This is serious. It is scary, but you are smart enough to take the steps to protect yourself and protect the ones you love. We're counting on you, and the ones you love are counting on you too. All right. Until next time, go enjoy your weekend and continue to be thankful. And it is Easter weekend, so we all have a lot to be thankful for. So please get yourself in a virtual church on Sunday somewhere online.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter.